Welcome to the deep dive. So you're here because you're thinking smart about your future, especially navigating UBC's degree options. And you've got an eye on landing a really high-value career in tech or business, especially now with all this AI stuff happening.
Right. It's a big question.
We've got a good set of resources here, basically an analytical overview of UBC's programs. And our mission today is, well, pretty clear.
Cut through the noise.
Exactly. Cut through the noise, deliver the key insights you need to make a really informed choice.
And the central question we're really tackling is this. Thinking about how fast AI is moving, like breakneck speed.
Yeah.
Which UBC degree path is the most strategic? The best route to a high-paying tech or business job, say, in the next 4 to 5 years?
Okay. Let's get into it then. We're going to take a close look at, well, the cornerstone, computer science.
The classic.
Then there's cognitive systems, which sounds fascinating, that whole intersection of disciplines.
Very interdisciplinary.
And the brand new BSc in data science. Lots of buzz around that one.
Definitely.
Plus some really targeted specializations within UBC's Bachelor of Commerce.
Right, the business angle.
And look, we're not just going to read course calendars at you.
No, definitely not.
We want to uncover the strategic advantages of each path, talk about the real shifts happening in the job market because of AI.
Which is significant.
And give you clear, actionable takeaways, stuff you can actually use for this big decision. No information overload, just the essential intelligence.
Yeah, and it's vital to understand that AI isn't just some niche thing anymore. It's like fundamental. It's reshaping pretty much every industry.
Totally.
And within computer science itself. AI is revolutionizing how things get done. It's automating tasks, it's supercharging data analysis,
right,
enabling totally new kinds of intelligent systems.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting for job prospects, right?
Absolutely. We're seeing this explosion in demand for professionals who can actually, build, develop, manage these AI systems.
Like what kind of roles?
Think machine learning engineers, data scientists, AI research scientists, the big data engineers and architects building the infrastructure. Those kinds of roles.
Wow.
And the World Economic Forum, they're projecting something like 78 million new jobs by 2030 directly tied to AI.
78 million, that's huge, a massive shift.
It is. And the impact isn't just, creating AI from scratch. There are huge opportunities in applying AI across tons of sectors.
Like healthcare, logistics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Healthcare, logistics, finance, even things like sustainability. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, they predict a 26% growth just for computer and information research scientists, and a lot of those are AI-focused between now and 2033.
Okay, 26% growth. That shows how pervasive it's becoming.
Definitely. It reaches everywhere.
But it's not all just smooth sailing and new jobs, is it, in the tech world? We need to talk about the changes for maybe more traditional roles.
Good point.
I've heard talk about a junior developer squeeze. What's the story there?
Yeah, that's a really critical observation.
Yeah.
As AI gets better, it can handle more of the, let's say, routine coding tasks.
Like
Debugging, some basic architectural planning, stuff that junior developers traditionally cut their teeth on.
Okay.
And we're seeing data, like from Aura Intelligence, that indicates, maybe a bit of a drop in entry-level developer postings. But at the same time, demand for more experienced folks, people with deeper specializations, that's going up.
So for someone choosing a degree right now, what does this shift actually mean for getting that first job out of uni? Are entry-level tech roles just disappearing?
No, not disappearing entirely. But they're definitely evolving, changing.
How so?
Well, the nature of those entry-level roles is likely shifting. Future junior devs might spend more time, say, supervising what the AI spits out.
Ah, okay, like quality control.
Kinda. Or
Sure.
testing prototypes the AI generates, managing the huge data sets needed for training AI, integrating AI tools into existing systems, that kind of thing.
So the required skills right out of the gate might be a bit different.
Exactly. Shifting somewhat.
Which brings us to a crucial point. What are the skills? The really high-value must-have skills to focus on building over the next, say, 4 or 5 years.
Okay, technically speaking, strong programming skills are still absolutely foundational.
Python's still king.
Python is definitely dominant, especially in AI and machine learning, no question. Then, a deep understanding of data structures, algorithms, the core CS stuff.
Right.
Plus, obviously, machine learning principles. And practical experience with AML frameworks, like TensorFlow, PyTorch.
Got it. TensorFlow, PyTorch.
And skills in data analysis, data modeling, and even MLOps are getting super important.
MLOps, what's that exactly?
Think of it like DevOps, but for machine learning. It's the practices for reliably deploying and managing AI models in production.
Ah, okay, makes sense. So that's the technical side.
Right.
But we keep hearing that the uniquely human skills are becoming even more critical now.
Absolutely, 100%. As AI handles more of the repetitive stuff, things like advanced problem solving, critical thinking, especially evaluating AI, like its limits.
Precisely. Evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of AI systems. That's huge. Plus collaboration, creativity, ethical reasoning.
Communication, too.
Oh, definitely. Being able to clearly explain complex technical ideas is highly valued. The key takeaway is AI is augmenting human abilities, right? Not looking to completely replace them.
Okay, augmenting, not replacing. Got it. So with that picture of the evolving tech world, let's turn to the specific UBC degrees, starting with the bedrock.
Computer science.
Right, CF.
You got the BSc and the BA. What's the basic difference there? And what specializations should someone interested in AI really be looking at?
So the BSc, the Bachelor of Science, that usually gives you a more intensive focus on the scientific and mathematical underpinnings, a really robust technical foundation.
More math heavy.
Generally, yeah. BA, Bachelor of Arts, offers more flexibility. You can explore arts electives, which could be great if you're into interdisciplinary stuff.
Within the BSc, you've got options. A general major, a tougher honors program, combined majors like CS and stats, which is really relevant.
CS and stats, okay.
Yeah, or CS in math, biology, physics. And there's a dedicated software engineering specialization, too. The arts faculty also has its own CS major in honors.
And how does AI actually get woven into the CS curriculum at UBC? Where does it show up?
Well, the core CS courses lay the groundwork, right? Programming, algorithms, data structures, all that essential stuff.
Fundamentals.
Exactly. But UBC also has a really strong set of specialized courses directly on AI and machine learning.
Like specific course numbers?
Yeah, things like CPSC 322, that's Intro to AI.
Yeah.
CPSC 330 is Applied Machine Learning. CPSC 340 covers machine learning and data mining.
Okay.
And then more advanced ones like 422 on intelligent systems, 425 on computer vision, 440 for advanced machine learning. Lots of depth there.
Nice.
Now, if your goal is really a data-heavy AI role, that combined major in computer science and statistics is, like I said, a very strategic path.
Right. CS and stats again?
And the software engineering option. That really equips you to build those big, complex systems that increasingly have AI components baked in.
Now, let's be real. Getting into UBC computer science is tough, right? Competitive.
Oh, yeah. Highly competitive is accurate.
What kind of grades are we talking? Especially for students already at UBC trying to transfer in.
Averages can fluctuate, of course, but the department generally says aim for at least the high 80s to be a strong contender for the BSc, especially for internal transfers.
High 80s minimum, basically.
Yeah, it's steep. And requirements vary slightly depending on if you're transferring within science or from arts. For the BA and CS, you need at least a 70% average in the foundational courses, CPSC 110 or 107, 121, and 210.
But 70% doesn't guarantee a spot.
No, not at all. Just the minimum eligibility. And the deadline for internal transfers for the main winter session is usually January 15th. Got to plan ahead.
Okay, so it's a challenge to get in. But what about afterwards? What kinds of careers, what kind of earning potential can a UBC CS grad realistically expect, especially now with AI shaking things up?
The career paths are incredibly diverse, actually, beyond just traditional software development.
Right.
You see grads moving into specialized areas like AI design, AI development, data science, cybersecurity, even finance or the entertainment industry.
Lots of options.
For sure. Common job titles: software engineer, AI designer developer, data scientist, machine learning engineer, cybersecurity analyst. The list goes on.
And the money, what's the potential there?
Historically, UBC CS grads have done very well. Recent data, ZipRecruiter, I think, suggests an average salary for CS degree holders in BC is around $102,000 a year.
Wow. Average $102K. What about entry level?
Entry level is maybe closer to $65,000 on average, but some sources suggest higher figures, and anecdotally, you hear about recent grads in Vancouver starting anywhere from $70K to $100K.
Okay, that's a solid range.
And potentially way higher if you land a remote job with a U.S. company, especially if you've had good internships. Internships are key.
Definitely a compelling picture for CS. Okay, let's switch gears. Cognitive systems, or COGS, sounds really cool, very interdisciplinary. What's the core idea?
It is really cool. COGS is exactly that, an interdisciplinary look at intelligence, both natural, like us, and artificial, like AI.
Okay.
It pulls together insights and methods from computer science, linguistics, philosophy, and psychology.
So multiple fields looking at the same questions.
Right, trying to get a really complete understanding of intelligent phenomena. It looks at how existing intelligent systems work, like how we perceive things, how language functions, but also how we can engineer new intelligent systems like AI agents, and importantly, how to design better, more ethical interactions between humans and machines.
That interaction piece seems critical now. And within COGS at UBC, there are different streams, right? Specializations.
Yes, 5 distinct streams. Some are BA, some are BSc.
Which one's the best fit if your main interest is tech and AI?
Okay, for someone really focused on tech and AI, the Bachelor of Science in Computational Intelligence and Design, they call it CID for short, is the most direct route.
CID, got it.
It's essentially the computer science stream within the broader COGS program. And yeah, it requires foundational CS courses as prerequisites.
So how does the curriculum in COGS, especially that CID stream, actually blend the AI stuff with that human element focus?
Well, the BSc CID track includes a good chunk of core computer science courses.
Okay.
But it integrates these with the foundational COGS courses. Those are team-taught, really interdisciplinary classes like COGS 200, 300, 303, 401, 402. They bridge the gaps between the disciplines.
Right.
And there's a big emphasis on understanding how humans and AI can interact effectively, safely, productively, ethically.
That human-AI interaction.
Exactly. UBC actually has an active human-AI interaction research group doing work on things like user-adaptive visualization, decision support, that likely feeds into the curriculum.
Interesting.
Plus, you get relevant philosophy courses like VHAL 331, which looks specifically at ethical issues in computing and AI. The whole program really pushes understanding information, understanding humans, and understanding the bigger picture, aiming for graduates who can build AI responsibly.
That focus on the human element, the responsible AI part, seems increasingly vital. What kind of career paths do COGS grads usually follow, and what's the earning potential like?
Graduates find roles across a surprisingly wide range. R&D, tech industry, sure, but also finance, consulting.
So pretty broad.
Yeah. Specific roles could be AI designer, business systems analyst, human-computer interaction, or HCI designer, data analyst, UX/UI designer, even software developer roles. It's interesting, about a third of COGS alumni actually go on to further education, often in AI, CS, HCI-related fields.
Okay. And for those going straight into work?
Common roles are software engineering, UX/UI design, marketing, data science, project management. For salaries, it's a bit more varied than straight CS.
Right. Harder to pin down.
A little. But U.S. figures for roles mentioning artificial intelligence, cognitive science, average around $100. And related roles like UX designers, AML engineers, data scientists, they also show strong earning potential. So it suggests a pretty solid return, especially if you leverage those computational skills from the program.
Okay, makes sense. Let's transition now to the business side, the Bachelor of Commerce at UBC's Sauder School. We're interested in the options with a strong tech and AI connection. What are the key ones there?
Right. Within the BCom, if you're looking at that business-tech intersection, especially with AI in mind, there are two main specializations to look at.
Okay.
First is Business Technology Management, or BTM. The second is the Combined Major in Business and Computer Science, which everyone calls BUCS.
BTM and BUCS, what's the difference?
BTM is more focused on how businesses can strategically use IT for competitive advantage, management of technology. BUCS is more deeply integrated. It combines core business principles with a pretty substantial amount of actual computer science coursework. It really sets you up for leadership roles in tech-driven companies.
Sounds powerful.
It is. But it's worth noting, BUCS has limited spots, and it's competitive to get into.
Good to know. So how do these programs, BTM and BUCS, actually integrate AI concepts?
In BTM, you'll have foundational courses like COMM 205, that's Management Information Systems, Data Management Basics.
Right.
More directly relevant are electives like COMM 337, Business Programming and Analytics, uses Python, deals with data, web crawling, basic analytics, and COMM 435 looks at CIO strategies, evaluating emerging tech.
Okay, so more applied business tech.
Exactly. BUCS, on the other hand, integrates core CS courses. It even gives students the chance to take some of those key AI electives we talked about in the main CS program, like CPSC 322, 330, 340.
So real CS AI courses within the business degree.
Yes. Plus the foundational BTM courses, too. And while it's not undergrad, Sauder also offers executive education in AI, like AI for Everyone, showing the school's broader focus.
Right.
But the real strength of BTM grads, and especially BUCS grads, is their ability to be that bridge. that translator between the business side and the technical team.
That's my role.
Understanding business needs, turning them into tech solutions, especially involving AI, and then managing those projects effectively. That's the key value.
So what kind of careers and salaries are we looking at for BTM and BCS grads?
BTM grads often go into IT management, tech consulting. U.S. salary data for BTM-type roles is around $75,000 a year, roughly.
Okay, and BCS?
BUCS grads. Strong track record moving into roles like product directors, IT managers, UX designers, data analysts, higher-level stuff, often.
And compared to general BCom?
Well, looking at Saturday BCom overall, the median starting salary in 2023 was about $62,000 CAD in Vancouver, higher in Toronto.
So maybe a bit lower starting than pure CS?
Potentially. For a general BCom grad versus a pure CS grad, yes. But BUCS grads, with that integrated tech skill set, they likely command higher starting salaries in those tech-focused business roles.
And maybe faster progression.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Potentially a faster track into management positions because they understand both sides.
Right. Okay, finally, let's talk about the exciting new kid on the block. The Bachelor of Science in Data Science seems incredibly timely.
Absolutely. Super timely. It's a brand new BSc program starting at UBC Vancouver in September 2025.
So just launching.
Yeah, the first group gets admitted in spring-summer 2025, starting in their second year. It's a joint effort between computer science and statistics.
Okay. Small initial group.
Initial intake is planned for around 40 students. And right now, it's designed for students who've done their first year in the Faculty of Science.
Prerequisites?
Yeah, specific first-year courses in data science, DSEI 100, and Math 100 are required. And they strongly recommend taking introductory programming like CPSC 103 or 110.
And the curriculum focus, what are the key things students will learn?
It's designed to be highly integrated. A really solid foundation in stats, computation, and data analysis principles.
Sounds comprehensive.
It is. Core courses across data science, CS, stats, and math. And a big piece is the data science depth requirement.
Meaning?
Students choose advanced electives in areas like numerical computation, algorithm design, machine learning, statistical learning, things like CPSC 302, 320, 406, 440, or STAT 406, 405, tailoring their focus.
And the overall learning outcomes, what should graduates be able to do?
They're very comprehensive. Things like selecting and explaining the right data science methods, applying and comparing different models, understanding ethical data science.
Ethics is key there too.
Definitely. Using modern AI and ML tools, ensuring reproducible analysis, communicating results effectively, writing efficient code, collaboration, understanding privacy and security, and, crucially, continuous learning.
That sounds like a very targeted, very relevant skill set for right now.
Exactly. Built for the current market.
So what kind of career prospects are we expecting for grads from this new data science BSc?
Well, it's explicitly designed to prep graduates for careers in data science. Obviously, no placement data yet for UBC grads. Right. But the intense industry demand for data scientists, plus this focused curriculum, it points to very strong career prospects.
What kind of roles?
We'd anticipate roles like data analyst, data architect, decision support engineering analyst, statistician, similar to successful programs elsewhere, like at UBC Okanagan, maybe.
And the demand is definitely there.
Yeah. Industry projections, like from Northeastern Uni, show huge job growth in data science fields. And current U.S. average salaries for data scientist, ML engineer, data architect, data engineer, all very competitive.
So high likelihood of strong demand and good salaries for these grads.
Very high likelihood, yes.
Okay.
UBC grads from this program should be in significant demand.
Okay, so we've dug into these 4 distinct paths. If we had to do a quick comparison, like a snapshot, what's the optimal degree for different aspirations in this AI world?
Okay, broad strokes. Computer science is still your foundational choice if you want that deep technical understanding of AI and software. Potentially the highest technical salaries there.
Right. Deep tech.
Cognitive systems, especially the CID stream. Ideal if you're fascinated by that intersection of human and artificial intelligence. The interaction, ethics, cognition side.
The human-AI interface.
Exactly. BCom, focused on BUCS or maybe BTM. That caters to people who see themselves bridging that gap between tech and business strategy. The translator role.
Business meets tech.
And the new data science BSc. That's the most direct path if you're passionate specifically about working with data, building predictive models.
Straight data focus. Got it. And what about future-proofing? In this crazy fast AI landscape, which option offers the most long-term resilience?
That's a great question. And honestly, all of them offer strong potential because they are tied to this transformation. but the resilience comes from slightly different angles.
Also,
CS gives you fundamental adaptability, but you have to keep learning constantly. COGS, with its interdisciplinary nature and human focus, might have unique resilience as AI evolves.
interesting angle.
BCom grads, BUCS, BTM, who can link tech and business strategy, that skill will likely stay valuable. Data science is booming now, but resilience depends on adapting to new tools and ethical shifts.
So no single magic bullet.
Not really. Ultimately, the biggest factor for future-proofing isn't the specific degree title. It's developing that meta skill, the ability to learn continuously, adapt, driven by genuine interest.
That adaptability piece, again, you've put together a really helpful comparison table for our listeners, summarizing this stuff. Could you maybe highlight a couple of key takeaways from it?
Absolutely. Looking at the table, you can really see side by side the core focus of each program, how AI gets integrated, typical job roles entry and mid-career, salary ranges, reported or projected, and the key strengths of each degree specifically for the AI era.
Makes it easy to compare.
Yeah, like you can directly compare the number of dedicated AML courses in CS versus the human-AI interaction focus in COGS CID or the strategic tech courses in BUCS. It helps visualize how each program positions you differently.
That table sounds like a great resource. Now, for someone listening who's maybe leaning towards one of these programs, what specific specializations or skill development strategies would you recommend to really boost their future value in this AI job market?
Okay, good question. Within CS, if AML is your thing, seriously consider that combined major in CS and stats. Very strategic. And obviously, pick those AI-focused electives carefully.
Right.
In COGS CID, try to pair it with relevant CS or data science courses if you can, maybe a minor, and focus electives on AI, HCI, ethics.
Got it. BCom.
For BCom, BCS generally aligns better with AI than BTM. Within BUCS, again, grab those AI-specific CS electives if possible. Even in BTM, taking KMM 337 for the analytics skills is a good move. Seek out AI projects or internships.
And the new data science BS?
There, it's all about thoughtfully choosing your depth requirement courses. Pick the advanced electives that really align with the specific area of data science that interests you most.
Okay, that's great advice on specializing within the degree. What about those crucial skills we talked about, technical and human? How can students actively build those up alongside their classes?
Oh, super important. Technically, get really good at Python. It's almost essential for AI data science. Get hands-on with TensorFlow, PyTorch, data analysis tools, cloud platforms too, AWS, Azure, GCP, get familiar.
Practical tools.
Exactly. And the human skills. Make a conscious effort. Cultivate critical thinking, especially for evaluating AI. Work on ethical reasoning. Practice complex problem solving. Collaboration, communication, even creativity in applying AI.
How do you practice that stuff?
Projects. Build a portfolio. Contribute to open source. Do Kaggle competitions. Build your own personal projects. That's how you show employers what you can do. Tangible proof.
Right, the portfolio. And we absolutely cannot forget about real-world experience, right? Internships, co-op.
Absolutely not. UPC's co-op programs for these degrees are invaluable. Internships give you that practical, hands-on experience, plus crucial industry connections.
Makes a big difference in job offers.
Huge difference. Anecdotally, CS students with strong internships often get really competitive offers straight out of uni. And don't ignore extracurriculars.
Like clubs.
Yeah, join the CS Student Society, the COGS Society, do hackathons like No Hacks, get involved with design teams, maybe even help with departmental research. It all adds up, enhances your skills, builds your resume.
This has been incredibly insightful, really digging into these choices. To wrap things up, what's your final piece of advice for someone facing this big decision about their university path, especially with AI looming so large?
Yeah, it's definitely complex, lots to weigh, but honestly, the best approach usually boils down to aligning the program with your genuine interest. What actually fascinates you? What makes you curious?
Follow your passion, basically.
To an extent, yes. Because career prospects and salaries are important, sure, but that intrinsic motivation, that's what will get you through a tough academic program and keep you learning later.
So practical steps.
Take time. Really explore the detailed course descriptions online. Try to talk to current students in the programs or professionals working in fields that interest you. And be honest with yourself about your strengths and what you genuinely enjoy doing.
And the key takeaway for navigating this whole AI-driven future, what's the bottom line?
Adaptability. And a real commitment to lifelong learning. Seriously, the tech landscape is not slowing down. Your degree is a foundation, a strong one, but it's just the start.
You have to keep building on it.
Constantly. Cultivating that mindset, always learning, proactively picking up new skills, That's going to be the single biggest factor in your long-term success and relevance.
So the final thought for you, our listener, to chew on. Don't just focus on the immediate job you might get. Think bigger. Think about how your chosen field, plus your dedication to keep learning, will let you actually contribute meaningfully to this future that's being shaped so profoundly by intelligent systems. What unique problems out there might you be inspired to solve? What cool solutions might you be equipped to build in that evolving world? Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.